Hi, I'd like to encourage you today. We can, in fact, experience more joy in our lives. Let me repeat that one more time. We really can experience more joy in our lives. The good news is that, can we put it this way? The joy batteries are already included in our hearts. All we have to do is flip the switch. But is that really the will of God for my life? Well, what if Jesus talked about it? What if he made some direct statements? That would be good enough for me. How about you? Well, John 15, he is talking to the disciples, and he says that it was his desire that his joy would be in and remain in them, and not only that, that it would abound to fullness. And so my assumption is that we can learn and we can experience an abounding joy in our lives, learning to hear what Jesus has to say, learning to find out what is really his will for our lives, and choosing that, intentionally choosing that. He also said in John 17, and that's the prayer that he prayed to God, and Jesus never prayed a bad prayer in his life on earth. Wouldn't you agree? Well, this is what he said, that they may have the full measure of my joy within them. That's really good news. Now, we really kind of have to learn that, don't we? Because we've become so experienced in choosing happenstance. That's where we get the word happiness, by the way. Happenstance, things that happen around us in circumstances. Those things that dictate whether or not we should be emotionally feeling good or not by what's happening externally. But the joy of the Lord that he's talking about is something that's produced from the inside out. And all we have to do is flip that switch with our tongue. This is what I'm in the process of learning. And I'm telling you what, in my experience, it almost seems like magic. As I have begun to choose and make the practice of letting my thoughts be dominated by choosing his joy, intentionally saying it inside myself or outside, out loud, I choose joy. I choose the joy of the Lord because that is what is in me. That's what he's already given me in his abundant life. So that means that's good for me. That means that's good for you. How I found this to be almost magical, I don't want you to be offended by that term, but it seems almost magical, is the fact that when circumstances come up and have come up in my life since I've been learning to practice choosing joy by my intentionality, since then, when negative things come up, negative circumstances come up, I go into a default mode. And that default mode is that I say, I choose joy. And it's like an aroma, like I've taken a cap off of a perfume bottle. Something comes up from the inside that gives me a new perspective, a new feeling about the negative things that are happening. It's the kind of thing that says, I got this. We have this. The Lord and I have this. I have nothing to worry about. I have joy. I have the strength of joy in my life. So that's what I encourage you to choose. It's simply choosing intentionally to make your thought pattern and your speech pattern, I choose joy today. I choose joy now in the morning. I choose joy in the afternoon. I choose joy anytime negative circumstances come up. I choose joy. As a matter of fact, I did write a particular psalm that I posted a couple of days ago that says this: you gave me a choice, Lord, as I walk through this day. You gave me a choice in what I do and say. No other power can take it from me. Through Christ, I am one with your liberty. I choose joy. The truth is now mine. I choose your joy. It's mine for all time. It's not going anywhere. It's always going to be there in Christ within you. And you are one with him by his choice because of his love for you. So that's my encouragement for us today. Choose joy. It'll make an absolute difference in how strong you feel emotionally, even physically. Choose joy. Keep choosing joy. Be encouraged. Be blessed. Till next time.